Today, we'll talk about the secret of the 10x rule, the best-selling book from the self-made billionaire Grant Cardone. Have you ever wondered why some people succeed while others struggle to make ends meet? Is there a secret formula that successful people use to achieve their goals? The answer is yes, and it's called the 10x rule. The only difference between success and failure, by Grant Cardone. With his signature energetic and engaging style, Grant Cardone explains why by operating with the 10x rule, you will dissolve fears, increase your belief in yourself, eliminate procrastination, and revitalize your life, dreams, and goals. Grant Cardone asserts that by operating at 10x levels, success is guaranteed. So without any further delay, let's dive right in. First, what is the 10x rule? The 10x rule is the idea that if you want to achieve success, you must put forth 10 times the amount of activity and effort as others. You must adopt a 10x way of thinking. First, you have to set 10x goals, which are targets that are 10 times what you think you want. Second, you must assume that you need to put in 10 times the effort, time, money, and energy that you originally thought necessary to achieve them. And third, you must take massive actions that are 10 times what you think it will take to bring your project to success. Most people tend to underestimate the amount of action, resources, money, and energy that is required to achieve their targets and are susceptible to the potential unexpected events that may arise. Incorrectly estimating effort leads them to disappointment and discouragement, causing them to throw in the towel. But what is success? 1. Success is subjective, and it can be defined differently depending on your stage in life and situation. 2. Success is vital to your well-being, to your families, and is necessary for the survival and growth of your company. It is critical for achieving your goals and dreams and will benefit not only yourself but also others. 3. Success is your duty. Most people don't reach their full potential because they treat success as an option. You need to approach success as an obligation, an honor, a priority, and a responsibility, much like good parents approach their duty to their children. 4. There is no shortage of success. Most people believe that if someone else is successful, it will somehow inhibit their ability to create success. However, success is something that is created by people who have no limits in terms of ideas, creativity, ingenuity, talent, intelligence, originality, persistence, and determination. Hence, there is no shortage of success, and many people can be successful simultaneously. So, why do most people fail then? According to Grant, people often fail to accomplish their goals because they set them too low. They end up accomplishing small things and lose enthusiasm along the way. There are no shortcuts to success, and taking disciplined, consistent, and persistent actions is more important than any other factor. However, the choices for action can be broken into 4 categories or degrees. Everyone uses all 4 degrees of action at different times and in different areas of life, but most people spend their time in the first 3 degrees. The first degree of action is doing nothing. You probably think this is the easiest way, but actually, it requires a lot of work and effort justifying your situations and making excuses for your lack of progress. The second degree is the retreaters, individuals who take a step back to avoid negative experiences that they imagine will come as a result of taking action. Retreating also requires effort and hard work, and usually is a result of being told to do so repeatedly during childhood. The third degree is taking average level of action. It is the most prevalent in society. Most people take enough action to be considered average, but not to achieve real success. Their average efforts lead to average results, and they create average lives, marriages, careers, and finances, and are fine with it as long as conditions remain steady and predictable. But when conditions become negatively impacted, they are at risk. The fourth degree is massive action. According to Grant, it is the most natural state of action for humans. Look at children. They're in constant action, except when something is wrong. For example, he applied the 10x rule to create a name for himself. He started his day at 7 a.m. and did not get back to his hotel until 9 p.m. He visited as many as 40 organizations in a single day. Massive action is necessary to achieve success. We will now see what you should do to become successful. But before, if you want to copy my investment portfolio, which has an average growth of 17.89% per year since 1998, you can do it with less than an hour work per month by clicking the link in the description of this video. So what should you do to become successful then? 1. To succeed, you must set high and unrealistic goals, which will fuel your energy. Write them down every day as if you had already achieved them and tie them to a greater purpose. Embrace greater than average thinking and take massive action. 2. Take responsibility for your actions and not make excuses or play the blame game. People often use excuses as a justification for not taking responsibility for their actions or lack of actions. You must assume control of your life and accept accountability for creating success or failing to do so. You must assume that everything that happens to you is your responsibility. This will cause you to start looking at what you can do to make sure negative events don't take place and improve the quality of your life. 3. Be obsessed. Obsession is a necessary quality for achieving success. Obsession means dominating your thoughts and feelings with a persistent idea, image, or desire. This makes you more committed and determined. 4. Be fully committed to every action and opportunity. Your most valuable chips are your mindset, actions, persistence, and creativity. Society encourages you to play it safe and avoid risks, but this mindset can prevent you from achieving your goals. You can take action, and you can fail or succeed as many times as you want. 5. Burn the place down. Once success is achieved, you must not rest on your laurels but continue to add more fuel to the fire until it burns so brightly that even competitors cannot put it out. Success is like a garden. It requires constant attention, otherwise it will wither and die. Emulate successful people and take as much action as possible, as there is no such thing as taking too much action or accumulating too much success. 6. Consider fear as the great indicator. Fear is a sign that you are doing what is necessary to move in the right direction. Fear is not bad, and it should not be avoided. Instead, it should be sought and embraced. Fear often comes from emotions rather than rational thinking. Use it as a reason to move forward rather than an excuse to stop or retreat. 7. Regard criticism as a sign of success and an inevitable part of the journey towards success. Do not avoid attention and judgment by staying under the radar, as that will not lead you to significant accomplishments. Criticism is often used by people to justify their own lack of success or progress. Embrace criticism, as it is a signal of making the right moves and getting enough attention. Do not allow it to stop you. 8. Aim to dominate, not compete. Being creative and doing something different from competitors is the key to success. Find ways to gain an unfair advantage, such as doing things that others won't. Aim to dominate the sector and become the expert and leader in that area to the point where your name becomes synonymous with the field. 9. Strive for omnipresence, being everywhere at all times. Most successful brands and individuals are omnipresent, with people seeing and interacting with them constantly and therefore thinking of them constantly. To achieve success, you must operate with the mindset of being everywhere. 10. Remain prepared when faced with hostile conditions. Now we'll see the common traits of successful people. If you want to go much deeper in Grant Cardone advice, you can access his full book for free, with the link in the description of the video. And don't forget to like the video if you learned something. Thanks a lot. Are there common traits to successful people? Grant Cardone studied successful people and found that the differences between them and less successful people have nothing to do with economics, education, or demographics. Successful people approach situations, challenges, and problems differently than most people. He lists the commonly found qualities, personality traits, and habits that make successful people successful. You should develop these traits to achieve success. 1. Have a can-do attitude. Approach every situation with the belief that a solution exists. Incorporate this attitude in your language, thoughts, actions, and responses. 2. Believe in "I will figure it out." Take responsibility and have a problem-solving attitude. Saying "I don't know" without offering a plan to figure out the answer is not a valuable response. Instead, say "I will figure it out" to demonstrate a willingness to solve the problem. 3. Focus on opportunity. Successful people view problems and complaints as opportunities. They understand that every problem solved presents a new opportunity for financial success, new customers, and new products or services. Be opportunity-focused and able to use challenges to separate yourself and dominate the marketplace. See problems and setbacks, such as recessions or unemployment, as opportunities for success instead of obstacles. 4. Love challenges. Successful individuals view challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. See challenges as experiences that sharpen your abilities, as opportunities to increase your potential, as stimulations to engage rather than as an excuse to avoid something. 5. Seek to solve problems. Successful people seek out problems because they view them as opportunities to create new products, services, and customers. They understand that almost every problem is universal and seek to solve them for their company, employees, and customers. By doing so, they separate themselves from the masses and establish themselves as someone who makes situations better. The bigger the problems and the more people who benefit from the solution, the more powerful your success will be. 6. Persist until successful. A common trait to successful people is their ability to persist through setbacks, unexpected events, and bad news. Persistence is necessary to make any dream a reality. Persist with actions until all resistance turns into support. Persistence is an advantage because most people give up. Make sure you do whatever is necessary to ensure that you are in the best mental, emotional, and financial position to persevere. 7. Take risks. The successful are willing to take risks while the unsuccessful hold back and play it safe. They try to protect their reputation, position, or achievements. To create success in your life and business, take risks, even if you may face criticism. 8. Be unreasonable. Successful people are often unreasonable. They act without rational consideration and not in accordance with practical realities. They refuse to validate the alleged sanity of reasonable actions that will never get you what you want. Most of the world is playing by some set of stupid rules that only ensure you continue being a slave. To be successful, think and act unreasonably, because it is the unreasonable ones who usually make a huge difference in the world. 9. Be dangerous. Being overly careful in life can prevent you from truly living and reaching your potential. Many people have been taught to avoid danger and to be cautious, but this can actually harm them more than taking risks. To achieve great success, take massive action, even if it means facing danger. 10. Create wealth. The unsuccessful believe they need to work to make money and then conserve it, while the successful believe that wealth is created through the exchange of ideas, products, and solutions. They know that money exists in abundance and flows to those who create value. To create wealth, you should focus on generating new ideas, quality services, and problem solving. Shift your attention from conserving money to creating wealth. 11. Readily take action. Successful people consistently take high levels of action, even when they are on vacation, whereas the unsuccessful talk about a plan for action, but never follow through enough to achieve what they want. Massive action is a habit that you must develop and focus on daily. It is a major factor in determining potential success. It can be developed by anyone, regardless of their background or past achievements. 12. Always say yes. Always say yes when given an option to do or not do something. Although it's critical to know what to say no to, most people don't experience enough in life because they automatically say no. Saying yes will propel you to new adventures, solutions, and levels of success. 13. Habitually commit. Successful individuals commit fully to their activities and are willing to take risks, while unsuccessful people rarely commit entirely. To acquire success, jump in and devote yourself entirely to the goal, without testing the waters or making excuses. Keep your focus on the outcome and fulfill your commitments with determination and perseverance. 14. Go all the way. Half measures and settling for less will only result in fatigue and lack of results. Be completely unreasonable and committed to achieving your goals. 15. Focus on now. The successful focus on the present and the future, while the unsuccessful dwell on the past and use the future as an excuse to procrastinate. Take immediate and massive action and design the future you desire. Procrastination is the ultimate weakness. Discipline yourself to act now rather than later. Do not allow worry or analysis to delay you. 16. Demonstrate courage. Courage is acquired through action. The more frequently you do things that scare you, the more courageous you become. By doing things that scare you more frequently, they will slowly begin to scare you less, and you will become more courageous. 17. Embrace change. The successful embrace change. They never rely on yesterday's successes and adapt to the shifting world to improve their operations and maintain their advantage. Embrace change, do not resist it, as it keeps you excited and ahead of the competition. 18. Determine and take the right approach. It is important to work smart rather than just work hard. The successful know how to find and use the right approach to achieve their goals, and they invest time, energy, and money in improving themselves. Do not focus on how hard the work is, but on how rewarding the results are. 19. Break traditional ideas. The most successful people challenge traditional thinking and create new ways of doing things. They design the future with forward thinking. Challenge tradition and find new and better ways to do things. 20. Be goal-oriented for success. It is important to have clear goals and stay focused on achieving them. Be highly goal-oriented and prioritize your objectives over obstacles. Remain focused on the bigger picture of achieving those goals. 21. Be on a mission. Successful people approach their activities as a mission, something larger than just a job, and focus on achieving a significant goal. Approach every task with a sense of purpose and mission. 22. Have a high level of motivation. The successful continually seek new reasons to stay motivated and stimulated to achieve higher levels of action and achievements. Create new reasons to stay enthused. 23. Be interested in results. Successful individuals value results over the time or effort spent on an activity. Be hard on yourself and focus on achieving results, regardless of the challenges or problems. Do not give yourself credit for merely trying. 24. Have big goals and dreams. Successful people do not think realistically, unlike the middle class. Realistic thinking, small goals, and trivial dreams will not provide motivation. Dream big, think big, act big, and then figure out how to go even bigger than that. 25. Create your own reality. The successful create a new reality for themselves, different from what others accept as possible. They don't follow others' guidelines or beliefs, and disregard mass agreement. Be obsessed with creating the reality you want to make, regardless of practicality. 26. Commit first. Figure out later. The successful commit first before figuring out every detail. This stimulates creativity and problem-solving skills. 27. Be highly ethical. Going to jail is an immediate disqualifier for success, regardless of how much wealth or fame one has achieved. Being ethical means fulfilling commitments and obligations made to others, including family, colleagues, and clients. Be driven by ethical obligations and motivated to achieve something significant. 28. Be interested in the group. Successful individuals understand that they need to care about the success of their associates. They know that if their team is not doing well, it will drag them down. Work to bring the rest of the team to higher levels. 29. Be dedicated to continuous learning. The wealthy have committed to reading, studying, and educating themselves. They approach training and education as a solid investment and never stop learning. Seek out new information continually. Your income, wealth, health, and future depend on it. 30. Be uncomfortable. Successful people are willing to put themselves in uncomfortable situations. It is tempting to become content with one's surroundings, daily rituals, and habits, but to be successful, you must be willing to put yourself in new and unfamiliar situations. 31. Reach up in relationships. Successful people surround themselves with people who are smarter, more connected, and more successful than themselves. They seek to learn from those who are more accomplished. Develop a habit of reaching up in all your relationships toward people who are better connected, better educated, and more successful, rather than staying within your comfort zone by associating with like-minded people. By doing so, you can learn new skills, challenge tradition, grow, and achieve your goals. 32. Be disciplined. Successful people are disciplined in their habits, which are constructive and often uncomfortable. So are you ready to take your life and career to the next level? Become aware of the qualities of successful people and make a commitment to incorporating them into your life. Cardone's The 10X Rule is a must-read book that will transform your mindset and help you achieve greater success. From setting 10X goals to taking massive action, you will learn valuable lessons from this book. Remember, success is not a matter of luck, but a matter of mindset and action. Start implementing the 10X rule in your life today and watch as your dreams come true. The power is in your hands. Go out there and 10X your life. Also, get a look at my portfolio if you want to have 10% more return per year on your investment than if you invested in an S&P 500, of course, with even less risk. Till then, you can watch this video, which is complimentary. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.